Hey everyone, peace and blessings to you. This is the Queen of Pentacles 1111 coming through with yet another video, but this time it's going to be a pick a card, and the topic is going to be, what is your superpower? Yes, we all do have them, and some of us even have more than one. So if you're interested in watching, please stay tuned. Peace, family. While I shuffle the cards for our reading, here's a little disclaimer from the Queen of Pentacles 1111 herself. And that disclaimer goes out to all you negative Nellies out there who love to spread hate and who love to spread confusion down in the comment section. Now's your time to make your exit. Because I don't play that. I am too loyal and I am too protective of my group of like-minded souls who choose to tune in with me on this day. I am very appreciative of them, and I consider this our safe haven. So from the Queen of Pentacles 1111 to you, don't waste your time. But for my real ones, you know who you are out there, and you know I've got your back. So come through, come vibe with me, and let's lift this veil together. I'll see you on the other side. For those of you who are new to Tarot Pick-a-Card readings, here are a few pointers for you when choosing your piles. It's best to close your eyes, try and clear your mind, take a deep breath, open your eyes, and let your intuition be your guide. Choose whatever pile resonates with you, and the timestamps will be in the description box below. We'll see you for your reading. For those of you who chose pile number 1, this is your reading. You chose the pile with the card that said perseverance, the motivation to keep going despite the odds. Nice. Okay, so I'll put that there. All right, as you know, my style, I usually start with the tarot decks first, and then I move on to the oracles. I think a lot of people do it that way, but that's just how I'm comfortable. All right, let's see what we've got. Hey, a good way to start. All right, the Star card. Very promising already. We're talking about your superpower, okay? What you're good at, what you're known for, and even if you don't know it, maybe that is what you're good at and you just don't know it yet, or you will soon to be good at that. Maybe you're coming into your power as we speak. We have the Three of Wands. Ooh, we have the Five of Wands. Interesting. We also have the Emperor. Very nice. Some Aries vibes going on. And we have the Empress. All right, so far, I've already got it. So from what I see, your superpower, just to put it in a nutshell to begin with, your superpower is rising above the pettiness. The everyday pettiness of people that you meet in this world who like to pick and cause disruption, cause arguments that lead to absolutely nothing. Those types of people, those types of situations, you can rise above it. There are some people, and I know a few, who seem like they don't let things get to them. They just dust themselves off and they keep moving on. They always have the ability to rise above all the nonsense, whereas other people maybe want to get caught up in gossip and all these unnecessary little foolishness. You will rise above it each and every time, and then just look to the next best thing. Everybody will look at you like, okay, he or she is not interested in what's going on. Look at her, she's already looking at something else that holds her attention that's more positive or more uplifting. And a lot of people don't like that because they want you to be down in the muck with them. If this person's petty, they probably want you to be petty too. So that is definitely a superpower. And all the while, we have the Emperor and the Empress. When I see these two in a reading, what I get from that is balance. Yes, they each have their own meaning separately, but because they're in the same reading together, my intuition tells me that this is balance. And that is you. You don't get pulled one way or pulled the other way. You maintain that balance and always keep looking forward. That's exactly why the Star is here. You're always hopeful. You're always looking forward. And even in the Star card, if you notice, She has two vessels of water, and she's pouring from both. She's pouring from both vessels. So that just makes me think of the whole balance situation. Here in the Three of Wands, you seem like you're really grounded and your feet are planted firmly on the ground. You don't get caught up in this foolishness. So while they're doing this, you're doing this because you have this. So because you are so balanced and so grounded and keeping your head forward and focused, you don't get caught up in the everyday nonsense. That in itself, believe me, and nowadays, the kind of foolishness that's going on and the attention that's paid to the absolute unnecessary stuff going on in this world, someone who can just put all that to the side and keep focused and stay level-headed and kind of rise above it all, that is definitely a superpower. You need to be applauded, absolutely. So, on these cards, these two cards here, they have a little write-up on them. So for the Emperor, it says, I make empowered choice. Oh my God, I didn't even look at this. It says, I make empowered choices. And on the Empress, it says, I create what I choose naturally and with joy. I think I'm going to scream. So, my goodness. So I make empowered choices. There you go. You make the empowered choice every day or every time you come into contact with people who want to get caught up in the nonsense and foolishness. You make the choice, an empowered choice to rise above it. Because sometimes it's a hard choice to make. You want to get caught up in the foolishness because it's juicy. You want to hear the gossip because it's interesting. Sometimes it's good to hear about somebody who's struggling because then you feel like you don't have it as bad. And you make the empowered choice every day to say, or every time to say, no, I'm not getting involved in that. It's not going to benefit me. It's not going to serve me. So I'll just put it to the side and I'll keep looking forward. Keep looking towards my star. And here it says, I create with the Empress. It says, I create what I choose naturally and with joy. So once again, choices. It's like it's easy to you. You just make the choice to do not to do the right thing. I shouldn't say the right thing, but you just make the right decision to rise above it every time, and you do it effortlessly. It's not like it's a hard thing. You say, oh, I shouldn't go and gossip about this person. I shouldn't rag on this person behind their back. Oh, do I have to be loyal to this? You are that type of person. It comes naturally to you. It is your superpower. It is who you are. And people love that. And coming back to this little tiny card that you picked, you chose this card at the beginning of the reading for a reason. The card says perseverance, the motivation to keep going despite the odds. This is you. You keep going even though all of this distraction, all of the nonsense is all around you. And funny enough, people like that who have this kind of superpower always seem to have the nonsense around them because people are trying to be the one to get to pull you down into the foolishness with them. It's like they get a notch on their belt if they get you into their, pettiness. So that in itself is an amazing superpower. I love people like that. And I know a couple people like that. So let's go into the Oracle cards. Oh, look at this. Okay, I love when this happens, when it all syncs up. Okay, so this card says integrity. You demonstrate the truth and honesty of your soul and manifest love with your every action. There you go. You have integrity. You don't get pulled down into the nonsense, into the stupidness. You don't get caught up in the stuff that will just waste your time. You're too busy looking at what you can accomplish, what's next, looking at your future, how you can benefit yourself or benefit your loved ones. That's what you're looking towards. Okay, what's my next conquest? What do I have to do next? You don't have time for all the other childishness because it's not going to serve you. You have here action. You have the courage to express the unique loving colors of your soul. This card is everything because you know what? People like you who can keep doing their own thing and being themselves and saying, no, I'm not getting involved in that today. That is so rare because you actually have the courage to show who you are and say to people, and not only show people who you are, but show people who you are not. And sometimes that's not the cool thing to do. Sometimes the cool thing to do is get in the crew with the people who are talking crap about someone else or, doing negative things that you don't have time for. So that takes courage to show people who you really are and say, no, I'm not interested in that today. You guys carry on. I'm looking this way. Love it. Oh boy, this one says smooth. This card, I don't know if you can see it. These cards, this oracle deck that I have is so strange, but it's very cool. It says smooth and easy, and that's you. Like I said, you do it with ease, you do it with joy. It doesn't look like it's hard for you. You just move effortlessly on to the next thing, and you have the whole crew of people who are trash talking, looking at you, saying, wait, where are you going? Where are you off to? We're supposed to be sitting here, you know, ragging on this one or bullying that one or talking about what this one did yesterday or what this one was wearing or how much money this one doesn't have. Where are you going? And you're saying, no, I'm out of here. I got work to do. I got my family to take care of. I have money to make. I have myself to look after. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to get my groceries. I'm going home to look after my home. And you don't have time for it. You leave people with their jaw open, you know? So this one is called Protection. The fairies of protection are shielding you with a magical fairy ring of love and light. Practice psychic protection before embarking upon any spiritual work. Yes, I agree with this 100%. Like I told you before, people are often like jealous of people like you and very envious. And they see that you have like this self-awareness about, you know, like about what you do and who you are and what you'll put up with and what you won't put up with, and that makes them very envious and jealous, and sometimes it'll make them hate you for no reason. So you have to, this is a little card of caution. You need to protect yourself. Whatever you can do, if you can wear crystals, if you can meditate, do some kind of prayer before you go out and you know you're going to be around people maybe who are negative, because sometimes you can't get away from those people. They're in your family sometimes. You're married to them sometimes. So you have to do things to protect yourself. Say a chant, a mantra, whatever you can do. Look in the mirror and say affirmations to yourself every day. Whatever it is you can do to protect yourself, you need to do so, because people are looking at you. Because you stand out. You stand out from the crowd. This card, these last two cards, so this one says up. And this one says worthy. Oh my goodness. Yes, this is exactly what we're talking about here. Up. Look at this. You have the star card. Up. You can't get any more up than a star. So it just works so well. You see yourself as being worthy. You have a great sense of self-worth. And so that is why you can make those choices to not get involved in the foolishness, because you feel like it brings you down. And that's not in a, you know, cocky kind of way or anything like conceited type of way. That's in a, I genuinely know my worth and I know that I'm better than talking about other people or looking down on other people. So I refuse to get into that. So you uplift yourself. You uplift yourself. That's why this card here is up. You are uplifting yourself constantly. You have your card here that says perseverance. You persevere. You keep yourself in balance. You take yourself away from things that are not going to serve you, and you keep your vision up to your star and onward. And that's what you do. These two cards, this is up and this is onward. So you're looking out to see what it is, what opportunities there are for you next to better yourself or the people around you or your future. This is you. And then you have yourself looking up and looking at what your next opportunities are going to be. Guys, I hope you can see these cards. All the while maintaining integrity, being smooth and easy, because you know your self-worth. You create whatever you want with ease. You make it look so good. You make empowered choices, and you leave these types of people behind. Okay? You don't have any need for them. And that is your superpower, and that is who you are. That is who you will always be. And please don't change that, because you are a rare find. And keep doing what you're doing. We have to applaud you again, because that is an amazing reading and it suits this group to a T. Good job, number one. And I hope you enjoyed this reading, because I did. I'm all giddy because it makes so much sense to me, and I know people like this. So hopefully you enjoyed this reading. Until next time. Bye. All right, everyone. Welcome back. For those of you who chose pile 2, this is your reading. Let's get down to it. Let's not waste any time. You chose pile 2 with the little card on the top that says prosperity, a prosperous business with riches and success. Can you see this? Probably not, because it's very dark. All right. Let's get down to it. All right, so you guys know how I do my thing. I do the tarot cards first, and then the oracle cards. Can't speak today. Oracle cards second. All right, let's get down to it. Let's see what group number 2's superpower is. All right, to begin with, you have the Four of Cups. This is going to be interesting. I'm so excited. Another 4. You have the Four of Wands. Ooh. Oh, you also have the Sun. Hello. You also have the Two of Wands. A lot of wand energy here. It says, I focus on what I want and I make it happen. I already know what your superpower is. And, oh, nice. This one is Temperance. And it says, I find clarity through calm. All right, now, I got this. And now I'm happy because it makes complete sense to me. Your superpower, just by looking at this right now, your superpower is manifestation. You are a master manifester. When I look at the cards, okay, number 1, you have the Sun. The Sun is bright. The Sun is about future, you know, good luck, happiness, joy, success. It's the brightest card of the tarot deck. You know, it's like the highest of highs, right? It's in the sky. It's what everybody wants to reach for, but we know we can't actually get there, but we aspire to get there anyway. The Sun, number one, that's the first reason I think you're a manifester. And because of this Four of Wands here. All right, let me get down to it, okay? Because I'm speaking in riddles here. So why I say that you're a master manifester, excuse me, is because when I see things like the Four of Cups and Temperance here, Temperance talks a lot about balance and having all the tools that you need to get what you want. Unlike, let's say, the Magician, for example. The Magician has all the tools, but he has all the tools that he needs on his table. Temperance has all the tools that she needs within. She's very balanced. You can see she's pouring from one cup or one vessel to the next. And she's by herself. She's by herself. And what do you see in the background? You see the Sun. That's right. So she is in the background. She is alone. And she seems quite at peace. She's still in balance. She has her feet in water. And the water is very still and flowing. It's not rough and, you know, turbulent, meaning, you know, emotions are all over the place. It's very balanced. It's very calm. And that is what I also get from this card. Okay, yes, I understand in the traditional definition or meanings of the Four of Cups, it looks like this person is unhappy and he's being handed something and he doesn't look like he's pleased. But the way I see it for this reading, pertaining to this reading, is that he is sitting in contemplation, thinking of all the ways that he can manifest with the help of the divine source, thinking of all the ways that he can manifest whatever it is he wants. Because the Sun is the goal, right? That's the ultimate goal. For a manifester, you can manifest whatever you want, so why not manifest big? And then on top of that, we have another 4. And this card talks about happiness, celebration. I also see, oh, come on now. I also see 11, like the Queen of Pentacles, 11. We have 11, which is a master number, like a master manifester. This reading, you guys are master manifestors. You can put your mind to whatever it is you want and you will achieve it. 100. If you don't know that about yourself, please look into that very seriously, and once you know it, maybe then you can tap into it. But these cards are showing for group number 2, you are definitely master manifestors. And ooh, I feel like I'm going to jump out of my chair. This last one, which is the Two of Wands here, says, I focus on what I want and I make it happen. Like, how perfect is that? You guys, I just shuffle the cards, I put them in piles, and I see what I can make of them. But this, like, these are just the tarot cards alone. And and if we go back to this little black card that you guys chose at the beginning of the reading, let me remind you, it says prosperity, a prosperous business with riches and success. So that means you can make something out of nothing and make it be prosperous with lots of riches. My goodness, I think I'm sweating. All right, so let me get to the oracle cards and see what else you can get. I'm excited. Oh, wow. Okay. This says joy. You delight in the love of life and bring a spirit of fun to all that you do. Very nice. So while you're manifesting, you're doing it with ease. It's making you happy to bring about everything you ever wanted. And that also brings me to the Sun card, because you have a little baby on the horse, and he looks like he's having the time of his life. He looks like he's so happy. He's not scared. He's not worried. He's even naked. And it's like he doesn't even care. He's just so proud of himself. He's enjoying himself. And it seems like that's what you are too. You're a master manifester and you're happy about it. Because also this card means celebration. So it's like you bring about these things and you're happy doing it. You must have a real zest for life and probably are kind of maybe happy-go-lucky person. But who's very kind of balanced and cool and calm. You have... This one says ownership. You acknowledge your misdeeds and accomplishments alike and learn to love them all as lessons. Wow. So no matter what it is that's going on, no matter what decisions you make when you're manifesting, maybe you manifest something in a way that you didn't want it to be manifested, or maybe you did. But either way, you acknowledge all of those situations, all of those occurrences, and you acknowledge them and learn from them. That's somebody who keeps elevating. You keep learning from every situation, right? It's either you win or you learn. There's no such thing for you as winning and losing. It's either you win or you learn. I heard that from somewhere and it just stuck with me. It stuck with me. Okay, this card says from scratch. So there you go. Prosperity. This goes back to this little black card that I can't pick up right now, saying prosperity, a prosperous business with riches and success. Comes back to the celebration. Comes back to I focus on what I want and I make it happen. Even comes back to the Four of Cups for this reading, meaning like you're thinking about what you can achieve next. From scratch means you can make something out of nothing. That comes from temperance. Temperance being you have the power to manifest because your third eye is wide open. You're so powerful, and whether you know you're aware of your power now or not, you should get aware of it because you're super duper powerful and you can make anything happen when you put your mind to it. Even if you have to start from scratch, even if you do make a mistake and you have to start over, you have the ability to start over many times, but you will be successful because you are that master manifester that everybody wants to be. All right, so this card says wait for winter. During the colder months, the fairy queen of winter will help you manifest your most heartfelt wishes as long as your intentions are for the highest good of all. So, that's interesting. This could be if maybe you want to start a business as a master manifester. Maybe something that you are dreaming up, something that you want to start from scratch. You should wait till winter to do. Maybe it will be more prosperous when you wait. So maybe plan it out. Right now where I am, it's not quite winter, it's fall, but it feels like winter. And so a good time would be now maybe to do the groundwork, the behind the scenes work. And then when winter comes for whatever reason, then you can unleash it and put it out there, and maybe it will be more successful when you wait. Interesting. This says caretaker. Maybe that could be something that you do. Maybe that could be a job. Maybe that could be a business that you wanted to start looking into. That's very interesting. And check this card now. This is the last card. It says fearless. That's exactly what you are. You are fearless. You have to be. If you are going to be a manifester, if you are going to make things happen through your own hard work, you just dreaming up things and thinking up things and doing, the work from scratch and grinding and hustling and whatever else, getting into contact with the right people, networking. If you are going to make something out of nothing, you have to be fearless. You have to be fearless because along with that comes a lot of missteps or a lot of little failures or a lot of obstacles, a lot of opposition, you have to be fearless to go out and do these things. Because a lot of people won't see your vision a lot of the time because they don't believe that you have the power to do these grandiose things that you want to do. Or maybe they're just jealous and they don't want you to do those things. Either way, you have to be fearless to kind of stand up and say, you know what, I'm going to do it. Take ownership for what you want to do. Don't feel shy about it. You know, don't be apprehensive. You go out there and you do what you want and you achieve it every single time because you are a manifester. So for group number 2, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Your superpower is that you are a master manifester. Whether you know it now or not, please take heed and go out there and make whatever you want happen. Okay? All the best. Bye. Hey everyone. Okay, you guys are the last group. This is group number 3. Group 1 and 2 was very exciting for me. I was very giddy reading them. So this is the reading for group number 3. The topic is, what is your superpower? So let's dig in, shall we? You all chose the little black card on the top that says happy love, a joyful, stable partnership, and good friends. That sounds nice. Interesting. Has to do with love. All right, so you know my style. I will start off with the tarot cards first, and then I'll get into the oracle cards second. Usually by the tarot cards, I can tell what your superpower is already. So let's see how it goes. All right, the first one is the 6 of Cups. I don't know if you can see this. The 6 of Cups. 3 of Pentacles. Ooh. The Ace of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. And the 2 of Swords. All right. This one isn't as obvious to me, but I do understand what the gist is. So for group number 3, I can see from what I get from these cards, your superpower is working with others. You are one of those people who, like, I see a business, I think of business wise, like projects in school, businesses, even relationships, because we have the little card here that says happy love. Oh my goodness, here it goes. The synchronicities, it starts already. Okay, this was me in the first group, 1 and 2. I was going nuts. So you are very good at working with others to build something. Build a business, like I said, a project in school, a relationship, or physically build something like a house. This person here is making like a church type thing, and beside him is the monk and the fool. Now that shows that it's like you are somebody who, when you have an idea, when you have a plan, when you put your mind towards something, you go for it, and it usually ends up being successful. But you don't do it by yourself. As you see in these cards here, the person is not by themselves. They are with people. They're with people. And when I look at the 6 of Cups, it gives me the sense that that's how you've always been. You were probably the child when you were younger who worked well with other children. You weren't necessarily the loner child. You were maybe not even necessarily the cool child, not necessarily even the child who wanted all the attention, so you were loud and crazy, not the class clown or anything, but you were somebody who worked well with people. I know a lot of people like that. I went to school with people like that, actually. They worked well with all different groups. They worked well with the cool people, with the so-called jocks or the athletic types. They worked well with the more academic type of people. They worked well with everybody, and they didn't just fit in with one group, they fit in with all. So I think that is your superpower. You are somebody who can make things thrive with the help of other people. You are like the glue. You are like the glue that brings groups and people together. That is very important in this day and age. Think about the world we live in and what's going on. Think of the climate of the world, the racism, the homophobia, the violence, the misogyny, oh my goodness, I don't even want to go into detail, but you all know exactly what I'm talking about. Think of how having more people like you, whose superpower is to bring people together, think about how powerful that would be. So what you need to do before I even get to the oracle cards is you need to please come into your own power and shine your light. Please, we need more of you. We need you to be loud and proud and bring people together in this day and age, because things are getting hectic and pretty scary, to be honest. All right, so let's go. And another thing here I noticed before I go into the oracle cards here with the Ace of Cups, you bringing people together and groups together or relationships together, whatever, it always ends up being a successful thing. It's not like you're trying to make a relationship work that is doomed from the get-go. You're not trying to bring a bunch of people together who you know are going to end up in conflict. It's like you have a sixth sense. You know how to bring this one from this group and that one from that group and kind of bring them together, and something beautiful comes of it. So it's almost like you're divinely guided. You see the hand of like the universe, the creator, whoever you resonate with in this picture. You use whatever you have to create that kind of wonderful harmony between groups, which is amazing. Can I meet some of you, please? Okay, so let's do the oracle cards. This one says, humility. You have developed the loving awareness that you and everyone else are, oh my God, are the same but on different paths. You see that? So you have the gift of knowing that the people around you, just like you, are the same. So that's the commonality. We are the same. We are human beings, but we are on different paths. If you understand that and you embrace that and embody that, then you can achieve anything. That stops a lot of wars. That stops a lot of crime and violence, bigotry, classism, any kind of ism you can think of. Just that mindset alone just squashes that. We have individuality. You leave your unique stamp of love on everything you do. That goes back to this card, the Two of Swords, that says, whatever I decide, I trust the outcome. You leave your stamp. You are the type of person who makes an impact. When people think back of you, they think about how inclusive you are and how comfortable you make them feel, because you have to be that type of person to bring people together. You have to be the kind of person who people feel comfortable with. You must be a confident person as well to be able to do something like that. And you have to understand people to be able to bring them together. So you're probably a thinker as well. Silver lining. This card says silver lining. So from what I get from that is that you do see the silver lining in situations and in people. So if you see the goodness in somebody who maybe somebody else would look at them and think, oh, this person has absolutely nothing to offer to this world, but you come from a different perspective. So you see them being the same, just like this card here that says humility. You have developed a loving awareness that you and everyone else are on the same but different paths. You come from that perspective, like, okay, you know what, we're the same, but you're different, I'm different, but let's find the commonalities together. I mean, we must have something similar to go on. So even though it's maybe seem like an undesirable type of person, undesirable, I say it in quotations because nobody's undesirable, but what other people may deem an undesirable person, I will say, you see the silver lining and you get past that nonsense. You don't listen to the outsiders. You actually get to know the person and you bond with them and you build a wonderful relationship with them. You're beautiful. All right, next. This says purity. Always trust in the purity of your heart. Look inside your heart, and within it you will find the answer to your question. You have that card, and you also have the Queen of Pentacles. It's a natural ability that you have to bring people together. It's not something you work at. It's not your goal. Okay, I'm going to try and unite this one and that one today. And that is not your goal. That is something you were born with. That's why it's called your superpower, because you naturally have that within. That's why you have the children here on the Six of Cups. It's showing that this kind of stuff has been the case since you were younger. As you can see, like, and you think of the Six of Cups here, you see this little boy is giving the plant, the cup, to the little girl. And it's like, you know, that's a sign of peace, that's a sign of happiness and kind of bridging the gap. You don't usually see little boys and little girls getting along so well at that age. Believe me, I know, I have children. But it's just like, you know, a sign of peace, a peace offering, and it's just a wonderful thing to see. We have here knowledge, and the last oracle card is shifting. Knowledge and shifting. So from what I see from that is that the knowledge, it's innate. Like, you just have that within you. You don't have to study to be this kind of person, like I said before. And shifting, but although yes, you have the knowledge is about you, but also the shifting and the knowledge is like you have a way of shifting what other people believe about other groups or about people that they don't know. You have a way of kind of changing the way they think, the way they see things, and you do it in a humble, gentle way. This reading, as I'm explaining it to you, I get such a soft and gentle kind of flowy feeling, like really airy and nice. It's nothing hard and, you know, rigid or anything like that. Like in the other readings, we got the Emperor in one of them. No, there's no Emperor here. We've got the Queen of Pentacles, who can achieve things, can be a great nurturer, but can also be a great provider. So we have a lot of balance. You know, in the picture, look, we have a little fairy with a unicorn. Everything is like very flowy and nice, transformative. You know, even in this picture here, it looks like this is a butterfly kind of, you know, which talks about transformation. So you transform the way people view other people, or even the way they view themselves. Even if you get into a relationship, you are capable of bringing the best out in other people and making your relationship work. Even with friendships, you do the same thing. And that is exactly why you've picked the group, calm down, why you picked the group Happy Love, a joyful, stable partnership and good friends, because that is what you do. You, oh my God, you radiate this kind of self-love and confidence, but at the same time you're humble, and then draws people to you. And once you get them in, then you can kind of, you know, shift and turn and change, transform the way they think in a positive way, not in a manipulative way. Okay, this is only positivity we're dealing with. But you have the ability to do that, to make people see things in a way that maybe they didn't see it before, for the betterment of the group or for the relationship. So good on you, group number 3. I would love to meet someone like you as well. You guys seem very interesting and uplifting. That was your reading for group number 3. I hope something I said resonated with you today. If you don't know that you are somebody, you are the glue that this world needs right now, please look into it and listen to what I said. Please let something kind of, you know, stick in your head, because we need people like you, okay? I'm begging you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I will see you all soon. Bye.